Hey, it's 12 noon on Friday, which means it's time for this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Christman. We've got a great show today about something that's all around us, including what you're watching us through, technology. We're going to be talking about how you can use technology to grow your real estate business, so stick with us. I'm John Christman. You're watching State of Real Estate.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time, grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Christman. This show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. If you're interested in starting or enhancing your real estate career, make sure you give us a call or even text us at 813-928-0106. That's 813-928-0106. You also check us out online at tampaschool.com. That's tampaschool.com. Or if you're trying to pass your real estate license exams, check out our recommended strategy to help you pass on your first try. It's available at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. What we're talking about today, the reason why we do this show every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time, is to help our students, our alumni of the Tampa School of Real Estate. And even if you're not alumni of the Tampa School of Real Estate, we're not discriminating against you. Feel free to tune in. And we want to help you take your real estate business to the next level, to mastermind, to grow and develop not only your business, but also yourself. Because if you grow yourself, usually most real estate agents are one with their business. So if you're making yourself better, your business is going to follow suit right along with that. And we're talking about something that's really powerful, a very powerful tool to help you accomplish just that, of growing your real estate business, and it's technology. There's technology all around us. We live around technology, but now the question becomes, what technology is really going to help grow my business? And the technology itself isn't going to make your business good. So you could have the greatest website in the world, the greatest whatever technology it is that you want to insert in there. You could have the greatest of whatever it is in the world, but if it's not being used effectively, it's not going to really have any sort of return on investment. The whole key with the technology here is it's meant to help you, not necessarily do everything for you, or at least if it is doing a lot of stuff for you, it takes a lot of initial effort on your part in order to do that. But we're going to be talking about some things today that you could use, that you could implement, that you could go out there today and actually set something like this up. Now, the technology aspect of this, I just want to give you guys my disclaimer on everything really it is that we're talking about today technology-wise. If you're out there wondering, how am I going to get a deal today? How am I going to get a deal tomorrow? The only thing you need to be worrying about is prospecting for business. That's what's going to get you a deal today. That's what's going to get you a deal tomorrow. The technology will maybe help you get a deal in a month or 2 months or 6 months or something like that. But it is very essential and crucial to your long-term success. Because if you're relying 100% on prospecting, that's great. You'll probably have some pretty steady business, but you're going to reach that point where you're not feeling like you're growing and developing yourself, that you're just going through the motions to get a property sold or to get a deal done or whatever it may be. You'll eventually get to that point and you might get burnt out, and if you don't refocus on the growth and how you can take your business to the next level, you're going to get burnt out and you're not going to want to be in real estate anymore. So we don't want that. We want you to enjoy real estate. We want you to love real estate. And with real estate, there's always room for improvement. There's always ways to kind of tweak your business, and if you're already happy with the amount of money it is that you're making and you don't have any goals for any more money or any more commission or whatever it is that it may be, maybe you have goals to do other types of things. Maybe it is just you want more time. And technology has the power to free up your time. It has the power to take your time and multiply it, to take your time away from having to do manual things where it could automate this stuff so you could spend more time with your friends or family or whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Or, maybe it is that you don't want to make more money, but, maybe you want to give to some charitable organization or have the power to do something like that. So then that can help you multiply your income it is that you're achieving as well. So we're going to be talking about a bunch of different ways you could use technology in your business. Now, the one that's probably the most important out of any of this stuff here, and sometimes these systems really kind of tie into a lot of this other stuff we're going to be talking about today as well, and that's your database. We actually did a whole state of real estate a couple weeks back, I believe, not even 2 weeks back, on databases and how they could be used in your business. And this is a piece of technology that you do not want to ignore. This is really the first thing. If you're going to invest in any sort of technology, it's not the phone that you have, it's not the computer that you have, it's not the tablet that you have. Those all pretty much accomplish the same thing. It's what you're doing with that computer or with that phone, and the database system is what allows you to do these types of things. So you want to find yourself a good system. And now, you might already have some sort of manual database that you're keeping track of people on a pad and paper, or just maybe you have some sort of book, or maybe you're doing manual files or things like that. And that'll work, but the technology can help us grow our business, because pieces of paper can get lost, they could get torn up, they could get dirty, they could become illegible. I'm a victim myself of writing stuff down, and sometimes I'll look back at it, what was I even writing here? Because I don't have the best handwriting in the world. I'm too much of a forward thinker to worry about how my handwriting looks at the given point in time. So what can help out with that is when this is all digital. And that's just one of the very minuscule thing, if anything, of what that database has power to do. It really allows you to manage your clients and really takes the organization out of the picture for you. It's doing that for you, and the computer is a lot better at organizing things than you are. Now, it does, again, involve input on your part with this here, but if we think we've got a bunch of different papers, we've got a stack of papers for all of our buyers, and we've got a stack of papers for our sellers, and you have a stack of papers for people that want to invest in real estate, or however it is that we're breaking this out and segmenting it up, the database can really kind of take charge over that. And now there's a lot of different systems that have databases built into them. There's a lot of different systems, and there's so many different ones available, and it really kind of depends on what it is that you're looking to get out of it, and they could range anywhere from some that are available for free all the way up to ones you're paying probably close to $1,000 a month for some of these database systems. But if used correctly, that $1,000 a month database could be absolutely worth it, because the more clients it is that you start to bring in, and not just the people it is that you're working with now. This is where the database is really going to help you out with this, because you might be holding an open house, or you might meet somebody that's talking about selling or talking about buying, but they're not signing a contract right now, or maybe they told you that they want to wait 6 months before they do anything. And if that's the case, these aren't people that you just want to kick to the curb and forget that they exist. You want to be able to be in touch with them when they're ready, which may be 6 months, or it could be 3 months, or it could be 2 months. It could be right now. It could be right now that they're ready to do something, and maybe they just don't know it, or maybe they're just telling you that because they don't like salespeople, and they feel an urge to lie to salespeople. So many consumers feel an urge to not to be honest and trustworthy and truthful with their salesperson, with their sales professional that's representing them, even with the realtor type of space, just because they don't want to have them too involved in it. They want to kind of maintain the control. So a part of that is getting them to trust you and breaking down that barrier. Getting a little off topic here, so going back to the database aspect of this, you want to be able to put them in there and said, on this, and it's going to timestamp this stuff for you when you add these notes in here, looking to do this. And there's a lot of great systems out there that are automatically going to create follow-up reminders for you. And that's definitely something that I recommend that you look for if you're trying to find some sort of database system to implement into your business. Again, the database system is meant to make your job easier. Now, there's some systems in there that for like sending emails and drip email campaigns and things like that, where it's automatically sending people emails, and those might already have some sort of database system built in, and that might be enough database for you. But sometimes that doesn't, it's not as sales oriented. These are maybe more so for companies that are 100% online that really don't have any actual salespeople working for them. You want to find one that's geared specifically towards salespeople, and that's typically called a CRM. A CRM. The CRM basically, this is where there should be some sort of feature, and If it were me, I would want one that sets these reminders automatically, where you could maybe go in there and set some additional reminders, but it reminds you to stay in touch. You set the frequency of how long it is that you want to stay in touch with your clients, and it's going to pop up. It's going to give you a list of things to do for that day. It's going to say, call this person, call that person, call this person, or maybe it's this person's birthday, so you need to call this person, or send them a happy birthday message, or somehow be in contact with them. Now, the way to effectively use this here, these database systems, and really one of the best databases you could use is maybe the one that you're watching me through right now. So all of you guys that are watching via Facebook, that's a great way to, not necessarily the greatest way to actually manage the clients, but there actually are some ways in there where you could set up like a list of friends, and maybe you have a list of friends that are past clients or maybe potential clients, anyone that you could have on there, because that makes it really easy to have these communications with people, whether you're just liking something that they posted or commenting on it or something along those lines. Those are really effective for just reminding them who it is that you are, because your goal with all this here, yes, you want to have that professionalism, and not necessarily a pushiness, but a professionalism. And there's a fine line between being a professional and being pushy. The professional it's almost like you're being pushy, but it doesn't feel like you're being pushy, because you're just really an expert at what it is that you're doing. And there's really no question about them wanting to use you. If it's pushy is more so in the grain that they don't want to buy your product, or they don't want your service. They don't want you to represent them when they sell their house, and you're trying to get them to do that. That's maybe pushy. Whereas professional is, yes, they do want you. They're just not sure if they want to do it now or maybe tomorrow. That's maybe more so we're on the lines of a professional, which is definitely a distinction to make here. But if they're already sold on you, you don't need to oversell them. So they might truly really want to sell their house. They might have some reason why they're only selling their house in 6 months and they're not selling it today. There might be some legitimate reason why it is that is what they want to do. Now, your goal in all of this is to stay in contact with them so they don't forget who it is that you are. Because if you say, okay, I'll give you a call in 6 months, you call them in 6 months, they've already listed the property with somebody else, if that 6 months really was what it is. Because, maybe they decide they want to start at 5 months, or if that 6 months was really when they needed to sell, maybe they listed 3 months out, or something like that. Maybe somebody came along and told them that and basically stole your client out from underneath you. The database can help you prevent that, because it's going to help keep you organized. Back in the day before computers, realtors would do this. They'd have this 30-day file system, and they would basically take the files of their clients and move them out to a particular day, and they'd basically kind of just keep recycling and moving forward in these systems. So when they got the next day, they move into the next day's files, and then they have all the people there that they need to contact and stay in touch with. And if you're a more tactile person, maybe that's the technology for you. It doesn't sound like it's technology, but it really is. It's a methodical way of keeping track of your clients. And really, that's what this database is meant to serve. It's meant to help you stay in touch with your clients, so that way you don't lose business in the future. So it's very effective to help grow your business. And you might get to the point where you have too much business, and maybe that's where you're maybe building more of a team, or you're referring out clients to other agents and collecting a referral fee, even though you're not necessarily the one that's actually doing the business with them. There's a lot of different possibilities and a lot of potential if you're staying in touch, if you're maintaining the relationship. And that's what CRM stands for, Customer Relationship Manager. That's CRM, Customer Relationship Manager. It's meant to help you manage the relationships you have with your clients. So the database, the CRM, whatever it is that you want to call it, that's an essential technology to implement in your business. And that's the number one piece of technology that I would say is first and foremost. You need to have a good solution for that. And that solution, again, it could be pen and paper. If you're keeping track of it and you're staying organized, it's going to be hard to scale that up, but that's great to get you started, and that's pretty much free aside from the cost of the paper. Or maybe you do want to do something digitally. A Google spreadsheet could work for something like this as well, keeping track. You don't have to overcomplicate it. It could be very simple. It just needs to work. That's the key thing it is that you're going to be looking for, and that you could actually use it. It's something that you're going to implement in your business. So that's the database. A lot of different options out there. Like I said, you don't have to pay a fortune for some of these. They might be better when you're running a huge real estate team. You've got a huge real estate business and you got more clients than you could even remember. That's where you're maybe looking more so into these systems that will offer more and do more for you. But definitely have some sort of technology to manage your clients and make sure you can stay in touch with them. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but I've got a few more pieces of technology, not just the database. There's other things in your business that you need to implement to help grow your business and take it to the next level. I'm John Christma. You're watching State of Real Estate. Have you been thinking about starting a career in real estate? Enjoy an entrepreneurial lifestyle that allows for schedule flexibility with unlimited income potential. In real estate, the sky is the limit, and what you put in is what you get out. Learn more about a career in real estate at tampaschool.com. Did you know that statewide, only about 50% of test takers pass their state exam on the first try? At the Tampa School of Real Estate, we've broken down passing the class and state exams into 4 simple steps: learning the information, reinforcing the information, testing your knowledge, and being confident and prepared. View the details of the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com. Hey, if you're liking the show today, which I'm sure you are, make sure you hit like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Our goal is to help you better understand the real estate industry, and I hope we're accomplishing that. Thanks for tuning in today, and remember to leave your comments in the comment section below.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to State of Real Estate. Every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time. I'm myself, John Charismo, brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We, in conjunction, come to you to help you grow and take your real estate business to the next level. If you're thinking about starting or enhancing your real estate career, call us 813-928-0106. We got post-licensing and continuing education deadline coming up in September. That might seem like a long time away, but it'll creep up on you pretty fast, so make sure you've got a plan for getting that course completed so you don't lose your license. Check that out at tampaschool.com. You go to postflorida.com as well for information on the post-licensing. Or, maybe you're watching this, you're thinking about starting your career in real estate, visit passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com for a recommended strategy to help you pass your exams on the first try. So we've been talking about technology today and how you can use technology specifically to grow your business, because if it's not assisting you in the business, what are you doing? It's basically like a hobby then if it's not something that's growing your business. You could have the coolest phone in the world, you could have the iPhone 8, but that iPhone 8 isn't going to change your business. The iPhone 8, it's cool. It's got some cool features in it. Who knows what the features are really going to be, because I don't even think they've released any of that stuff yet. But it's not going to be the one thing that says, oh, I've got an iPhone 8, so therefore I'm a great agent. No, that's just a tool. You could have a handyman or a carpenter or whatever it is, somebody that builds things, and they could have the most expensive tools in the world. They could have diamond-encrusted drills that'll drill through anything. But if they don't know how to pull the trigger, if they don't know what it is that they're doing with those tools, they're worthless. And when you think of yourself as a real estate agent, you have to know how to use the tools it is that you have. And the only time you should ever invest in a tool, a technology, is if you're really going to use it to its fullest potential. If you're looking at this technology, and a lot of times you get sales calls from a lot of these different ones, whether it's a database or one of the ones we're going to be talking about in addition to this is a website. They have these sales teams that will tell you how great their product is, how many features it has, or maybe just you're looking at the website and you're seeing all these features that this piece of technology has, but now you have to ask yourself the question of how will I use this in my day-to-day business? How is this going to improve my day-to-day business in either getting me more clients or freeing me up my time? Those are really the two things your technology should be accomplishing. Any technology that you implement into your business should either be getting you more clients or freeing up time. I'll say that one more time. If you're going to implement a piece of technology in your business, it needs to either A, get you more clients, or B, save you time. If it's not accomplishing those two things, it's not worth it. So, and the technology, that's a part of our How to Choose a Broker course that we include with all the people that sign up for a class, a pre-licensing class with the Tampa School of Real Estate. We have a course online. It's launching within the next couple weeks here of how to choose a real estate broker. And one of the things we include in there is talking about technology. And with that technology, again, the brokers will offer a lot of different types of technologies. The key things to look for are, is it going to get you more clients, and is it going to save you time? If it does one of those two things, it's very good. But now the third question is, are you going to use it? Because you can have a great website that has the potential to get you more clients and the potential to save you time, but if you don't use it, then it doesn't really do you much good. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the real estate website, because this is another piece of technology that I definitely recommend it is that you have. The number one that we just talked about is the database. Even if you don't have a website, you want a database, some way to manage your clients. That's the first piece of technology it is that you want to invest in. Not your phone, not your computer. You can go use a computer at your brokerage office, and if your broker doesn't have a computer for you to use in their office, maybe you need to go find a broker that does. But it's not about the computer or the phone or any of the hardware it is that you're using to work it with. That's just your gateway to these online, and it's not even where you download software anymore. Everything is all online based, where you don't download anything. You go to pretty much any computer, you could log in and you have access to your technology. So the database is number one. Number two is your website. So the website, and again, we're looking more at the long tail with this here, because setting up a website, the greatest website in the world, even if it's the greatest website in the world and you're throwing all kinds of marketing dollars at it, it's going to take a little bit of more time, and you're going to usually you might stumble upon a hot lead every now and then, somebody that's ready right now. But with your website, you are up in a competition against Zillow.com, Trulia, Realtor.com, Homes.com, all of these different websites that basically offer some sort of home portal. But now, why does Zillow exist? If we think of the reason why it is existing, it makes it easy for people to go online and search for homes. There's systems and platforms out there for you as an agent to have that same power. Zillow's, even got an offering for websites. I think they're called Premier Agent Sites or something along those lines. There's a lot of different vendors out there that have some sort of website system for you. And there's a lot of different ones out there. And here are just some of the things that I would recommend it is that you look for when considering getting into some sort of website. So probably the number one thing, and this might be something that's overlooked with a website, but the number one thing I would say, and when you think about this from personal experience of when you go online, because that's the whole moral of the story with all the stuff I'm going to be talking about here, is when you're going online as a person, you're in the consumer's shoes, how does that look and feel to you? Now, it doesn't need to be the prettiest website in the world. It could still work. There's actually been studies that even show that uglier websites sometimes perform better than very nice, clean-looking websites. So that's kind of up in the air, and you could kind of test that type of stuff out. But the number one thing I would look for when you're trying to set up a real estate website or have a service set up your real estate website, and I'd probably default to having the service set it up for you so you're not wasting your time designing a website. But the number one thing is that it loads quickly. So the number one thing, and there's a whole industry online dedicated to web page loading speed. There's a whole industry, a whole set of website optimizers and all kinds of things like that. There's an industry, there's multiple businesses, a lot of businesses, as a matter of fact, in optimizing the speed of websites. That's the number one thing. Because if you're a consumer, if you go on Zillow, Zillow's going to load like that. If your website doesn't load like that, then I'm like, oh, what is this? And what am I wasting my time for on this agent site? Let me just go back to look at Zillow. So if you're going to invest in a website, make sure it's a website that won't frustrate the consumer, that somebody's going to go on there and that they're going to be able to use it. And the big thing to kind of keep in mind with that is that it loads quickly. And it's just a very small detail, but this isn't something that's typically marketed in the set of features that you're going to see from all these different website providers. I've yet to see a real estate website provider that markets, hey, we load quickly. It could be out there, but I haven't seen it. It's not a normal topic of discussion because most agents aren't thinking about that. They're marketing the features that they think you want out of the website. But let me tell you what your consumers want, what your clients want. They want something that's going to load quickly. It could, maybe, and the big benefit with an agent website as opposed to Zillow, the big claim to fame with that is the accurate information because you're pulling directly from the MLS system. So that's great, but if it's taking forever to load, if there's issues with it, if it's buggy, if it's a bad user experience, and the big thing with that is how fast it's loading, it's not really going to give you a good return on investment, or it's going to hurt your return on investment. So that's a big thing. Number one, that it loads quickly, because if it loads quickly, it's probably pretty streamlined and it's there to get the job done. Number two thing you want out of the website, and this is kind of up there with number one, but that number one is kind of an overlying cloud over the website. If it just loads slowly, it's just going to really hurt everything that you're trying to do with your website. Number two most important thing, it's not having properties on there. It's not having the right dialogue or whatever it may be. The number two most important thing is that it works. Now, when I say that it works, what do I mean that it works? What's your purpose as a real estate professional in having a real estate website, in investing in a real estate website? Because these real estate websites don't come cheap. And you're maybe saying, oh, I could make the website myself. Well, your time shouldn't come cheap either. So why are you investing in this website? The reason is to get clients, or maybe convert your current clients. So your clients go on there and they look at properties specifically branded by you. And so that they're on there and you can maybe keep track of your clients. Whatever your goal is of that website, it works. But if you're not sure about what your goal of the website is, it gets you clients. That's the key thing that you want to focus on. And now, there's a lot of different ways you go about obtaining clients from having some sort of real estate website. If you have the typical type of website that's, like I said, like Zillow, where people could go through and look at different properties and things like that, that you have usually even just having a contact form on there, send me more information about this house, that's usually not even enough. Because what you're trying to do when people are on your website, if they're just on your website and they're just browsing your website and that's it, they look at homes and then you don't hear anything from them, what purpose is that serving you? It might be helping them find a house, but maybe they already have an agent, or maybe they're trying to do it on their own, or whatever thing it may be. So the whole purpose of you having this website is to gain you clients. And now let's go into a different direction here. Let's say your website doesn't have a property search on it. Maybe it's just a landing page. Maybe it's just a single page type of website where you've got a video on there, or some sort of copy, some sort of text that's maybe geared towards sellers. You send this website, this web page, this landing page to sellers, and this is going to be or potential sellers, people that are thinking about selling their house, and this kind of walks them through and gives them some information about the sale process, why they should use you, and then it's got, and you've seen these websites before, these landing page type of websites, the single page websites. They're very popular right now in the online marketing space. A single page, you've got the videos and a bunch of big buttons in there that says do this now. Whatever it is that you want them to do this now. Contact me now. Get my free booklet now. The reason why you're always seeing like these free booklets or these free guides or these free videos or free whatever it is that they're giving out for you is they're giving you this for free. It's not really for free. It's in exchange for your contact information. As a realtor, you'd want their contact information, so you now have the information of somebody who's thinking about selling their home. And you could start talking to them and start building that relationship. That's where your database comes back into play. And again, that's why we talked about the database first, because in order to have a website, you have to have a way to keep track of the leads it is that you're getting from the website, whether it's on paper or through some sort of technological type of system, some sort of database that's digital that you're using. So you have whatever your purpose of this website, it works. And that way that we define works, that there's an online marketing term for that called conversions. Conversions is you accomplishing the goal that you want to achieve of your website. The reason your website exists is to get a conversion. And now it's your job basically defining what that conversion is. Is that contact information? If you're in the real estate space, that's probably the goal of your website, getting contact information. But now when you get into some of these websites that have like the property search features and things like that, it has more types of goals you could have with it, because you might have somebody that's, maybe not thinking about purchasing right now, right at this second, but they want to purchase. That's a goal that they have, but they're not ready to do it this moment. And they might not be ready to do it because they don't even know what kind of home it is that they want. So that may be somebody that you're referring to your website. Hey, go on my website. You could search the MLS. You could see all this. You could create an account. You could favorite properties. And what that's doing for you there is giving you intelligence. And this is our more sophisticated, more advanced, and also pricier websites where they have this tracking capabilities of where you could have them go in there and basically tracking what types of properties is that they like. They set up the account on there, and now you can see when they favorite a home. If they are looking at this home and they favorite it, you're like, oh, that's a home that they want to buy. That's a home that they'd consider buying because they favorited it. So that's huge information for you as a realtor, and you might call them up and say, hey, Mr. Smith here, I saw that you favorited the property on 123 Main Street. Tell me what it is that you liked about that property. Maybe get them talking about it, get them opening up about it, and you're like, yeah, you know what it sounds like. I think you're really going to like this property, and then you maybe set an appointment to go look at the property, and who knows, you might end up with a contract for that property, and boom, you've got the deal now. Now it's just going through the closing process, being a good agent, but that's how your website could factor in with this. And you already have this power if you already have MLS access. If you already have MLS access, there's a system in the matrix system that allows you to basically do exactly that. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but number one, it works. So like I said, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, and it's not set up really usually for gaining traffic from the outside, but when you're emailing people properties or you're emailing them saved searches or anything like that, you have that power to tell them, hey, go in there, favorite the properties it is that you like, and now you're getting data and you're getting information, you're getting actionable insights is the lingo for that in there. So that's your website. Another piece of technology that it's not essential when you're first getting started, neither is the database. The database you want as soon as you can. The website, that's something you're going to invest in later. You could do it right away, but again, don't expect immediate results from your website. That's something very long tail. Because with a website, one thing I want to leave off on before we finish talking about the websites here is the website isn't organically going to get traffic. Yes, it can organically get traffic, but if you're a new website, especially when you're up against the Zillows, the Realtors.coms, the Trulias, all these different sites and things like that, you're not going to have people just stumble into your website and say, oh, look at this person looks like a good realtor, let's use them. You're up against too much competition for organic to even be a thought with this. So you basically have to rely on advertising the website, using pay-per-click marketing, using Facebook marketing, Twitter marketing, any of these platforms that allow you to sell advertising. So not only do you have to invest in the website itself, you have to invest in marketing the website. So, and that usually is 10 times as expensive as what that website cost itself in order to market that effectively. So that's definitely something long-term that you're going to want to get. Again, probably the sooner the better that you get into having the website, because it's got immense power if you use it correctly. Database definitely is the number one thing I would recommend. We're going to take a quick commercial break. If you guys got questions on any of this stuff, put it in the comments. I'd love to help you guys out and answer those questions for you. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. I'm John Kursmo. You're watching State of Real Estate. Have you been thinking about starting a career in real estate? Enjoy an entrepreneurial lifestyle that allows for schedule flexibility with unlimited income potential. In real estate, the sky is the limit, and what you put in is what you get out. Learn more about a career in real estate at tampaschool.com. Did you know that statewide, only about 50% of test takers pass their state exam on the first try? At the Tampa School of Real Estate, we've broken down passing the class and state exams into 4 simple steps: learning the information, reinforcing the information, testing your knowledge, and being confident and prepared. View the details of the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Don't let this be our final song. Don't let this be our final song. So give me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let
Hey, if you're liking the show today, which I'm sure you are, make sure you hit like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Our goal is to help you better understand the real estate industry, and I hope we're accomplishing that. Thanks for tuning in today, and remember to leave your comments in the comment section below.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Crismo, and this show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. If you're thinking about starting or enhancing your real estate career, give us a call. Phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Check us out online at tampaschool.com and check out our exam prep tools at passfirsttry.com. It's our recommended strategy to help you pass your exams on the first try. So definitely check all those out, or better yet, just call us 813-928-0106. Our advisors are standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way that they can. And if you guys are thinking about calling them, do me a favor and call them, because I want to put them to work. So let's get back into talking about the technology today. We've talked about number one most important thing, the database. Number two, definitely another big piece of technology that it's maybe not the second thing that you want to get into, but it's definitely going to be important that you factor this in, is the website. And now the third, and these are almost kind of in a succession of when you need them. Number one, even if you don't have a website, you need a database. You need some way to keep track of your clients, some method, some sort of way to keep track of your people. Number two, the website. Because what we're about to talk about for number three, if you don't have a website, it's really going to make it difficult on you, and that's online advertising. Online advertising, a technology really in and of itself, and this is a huge industry. This is how Google, the great Google, pretty much makes, I think the number is something like 99% of its revenue is through advertising. They don't make their money off of selling phones or the operating systems that they have that give that stuff away, or any of these tech startups it is that they're investing in. They're losing money on those deals. They make their money off of advertising. And since they make so much money off of it, and since all these other companies, the Facebooks, the Twitters, all these other companies that offer advertising platforms, they have amazing technologies built into these advertising platforms, because their goal is to get you to spend more advertising dollars. And if they can make the advertising more effective, you're going to do exactly that. You'll spend more advertising dollars. And they really never run out of advertising space. It's not like buying a physical billboard or something like that, even though a lot of our billboards now have gone digital, where there's only so many physical locations of the billboards. There's like infinite locations of where Google could advertise online, or a number so high that you can't even count there if you tried counting it during your lifetime. So the online advertising is huge. Now, like I said, this is the prerequisite to this is having the website, and the prerequisite to your website is having a database. So you got to have your ducks all in a row before you get into advertising online. Yeah, you could maybe try boosting a Facebook post. Let's say you're holding an open house this weekend and you're trying to get more clients at your open house. A great way to do that is advertising. It's probably one of the few ways to get that, other than actually knocking on the doors in the neighborhood. The other method, other than your prospecting activities, is advertising. And yeah, you could send out mailers and postcards and things like that, but when you need advertising now, the digital, it's like in a blink of an eye. Yeah, you have to wait a little bit for approval sometimes with it, but Facebook's really fast for getting stuff approved. But let's say you've got an open house this weekend and you want to try to pump up the traffic at your open house and get as many people through that open house as you can. The advertising is huge for that. Now, let's take that example of the open house, and let's say you make a post about an open house that you're holding. You maybe have some pictures or a video or something like that, and you post that on Facebook, and you get maybe 2-3 likes on it, and you're like, oh wow, look at that, I've got 3 people liked it, so that must mean I'm going to have 10 people show up at my open house. No, if you've got 3 people liking it, you probably have no one that's going to see that open house based on that advertisement that you had. So you need to get that advertisement in front of so many more people. It's really a numbers game with this here. You want to get this advertisement in front of as many people that you could afford, as many times as you could afford. So with Facebook, just for example, you could take that post and boost it. And you're able to boost this post, and you could actually drill down to, okay, I want to advertise to people that live within 2 miles of this open house. And I want people that are in this age range that are likely to move. You could really get very granular and narrow down to exactly the type of person it is that you're trying to reach through that advertising. Now, what's going to happen typically, if let's say, again, you want to think of all this stuff from the consumer's perspective and how this is affecting the consumer, because that's really going to be ultimately what ends up affecting how you're interacting with the consumer. That's what the technology is doing here. It's interacting with them for you. They're going to go onto this post. They're going to click through it. They might watch your video. Or they might watch the first 5 or 10 seconds of your video. And that's what's great about the advertising with Facebook and a lot of these other platforms is it'll tell you on average how long people are watching your videos for. So if you save all like the good details, like where the property is located or what your phone number it is or whatever it is that you're wanting to do out of this advertisement until the end, most of the people aren't going to see that at the end of the video. You got to try to front load it at the beginning there with need to know information, because that's when most of the people are going to see this, and then bring it back up at the end for the people that are watching all the way through. Lots of different theories and schools of thoughts on this, and a lot of it comes down to experimentation, which is a great power that you have with the online advertising. You could experiment with this at a very low cost because you could really kind of have different ads going out to all different types of people and see which one works best. So thinking from the consumer, they're going to click on this post about your open house. They'll go flip through the pictures. Maybe they'll decide that they want to go to the open house. Maybe they'll look at this and they'll say, oh yeah, I want to go there. And then 2 o'clock on Saturday rolls around where you're having your open house and they don't show up. Now, why did they not show up? Because they forgot about it. So not only do you want to get this in front of them initially, you want to have the repetition so they keep seeing it. So once they've made the decision, yeah, I want to go check this out, that they see it again. Oh, that's right, I'm going to go look at that open house tomorrow. Oh, that's right, I have this, because they'll very easily forget. So, and the key thing with this is the numbers that you have all around it. Just want to give a quick shout out to people tuning in here. We've got Georgia, thanks for tuning in. Josh, for thanks tuning in and commenting in on Facebook. You guys got questions, throw it in the chat because I'd love to help you guys out. Again, we're talking today about the technologies to take your real estate business to the next level, and the online advertising for this is huge. Whether it's an open house that you're advertising or a great way to look great for your seller, maybe in your listing presentation, you're talking about how you leverage these technologies, because these technologies aren't going to just help you, they're going to help your clients as well, especially sellers, because the seller wants to get this property in front of as many people as possible. And with the MLS, it already puts it out through a ton of people and pushes it out to a ton of different audiences. Through Zillow, through Realtor.com, it syndicates everywhere. But the more you could do over and above that, because one of the places it doesn't push out to is Facebook. That's your job now. That's your job to create the advertisements that are going to show up in front of people. And when you're going above and beyond what the MLS is doing, that's where you're in control of the advertisement. You don't have control of what Zillow looks like. Yes, you could kind of what your description is. That's what's going to show up in there, and your picture is going to show up in there. But you don't have the control of taking the other agents that are advertising on your listing off, unless you're paying Zillow extra. That'll give you some control over it. When you advertise on Facebook, you now have control over that space, over that post. Yes, you're paying for that, but you're paying to control the audience. You're paying to control who is seeing that post. So that's very powerful, using that technology as it relates to online advertising. And one of a couple of the things that makes the online advertising so much superior. Now, other forms of advertising still work, but what you're able to have, and you could integrate the technology with your traditional forms of advertising, whether it's letters or postcards or things like that. But the online advertising, what's great about that is it tells you what works. It's going to tell you which ads are resulting in the conversions. Yes, that's going to take some effort on your part to set that up, but it's going to show you this ad is causing this many people to put info in on your website or do whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, what that goal is that you're trying to achieve. So it really kind of shows the whole picture for you out of all of that there. And when you have an ad that's getting 10 conversions versus an ad that gets 1 conversion, that now you can make the executive decision, okay, let's turn off the one that gets 1 conversion because that's obviously a waste of money, and let's go ahead and increase the budget on the one that's getting 10 conversions. It gives you this power to really kind of fine-tune and experiment with the marketing it is that you have. So the online advertising is huge. You definitely want to make that part of your technology package. And this technology package you have, it's not just to make your life easier and benefit you, it's also to benefit your clients. So when you're pitching to a seller on a listing appointment, you want to tell them about the technology it is that you have and the number of visitors that you're getting on your website if that's something worth mentioning, or the amount of money it is that you spend on advertising on Facebook if that's worth mentioning, or whatever it is that you're doing extra that other agents aren't, because that's going to to make you look much more valuable to your clients. We're going to take another quick commercial break here, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about more technology that you're going to use to help grow your real estate business. Stick with us. I'm John Chrismo. You're watching State of Real Estate. Have you been thinking about starting a career in real estate? Enjoy an entrepreneurial lifestyle that allows for schedule flexibility with unlimited income potential. In real estate, the sky is the limit, and what you put in is what you get out. Learn more about a career in real estate at tampaschool.com. Did you know that statewide, only about 50% of test takers pass their state exam on the first try? At the Tampa School of Real Estate, we've broken down passing the class and state exams into 4 simple steps: learning the information, reinforcing the information, testing your knowledge, and being confident and prepared. View the details of the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Don't let this be our final song. Don't let this be our final song. So hear me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let
Hey, if you're liking the show today, which I'm sure you are, make sure you hit like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Our goal is to help you better understand the real estate industry, and I hope we're accomplishing that. Thanks for tuning in today, and remember to leave your comments in the comment section below.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Chrismo, and the show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. If you're thinking about starting or enhancing your career in real estate, look at the little banners at the bottom and call or go on the website or whatever it is that you prefer to do. Won't go through reading the numbers and everything like that again. Yes, I will. 813-928-0106, tampaschool.com, and passfirsttry.com. You guys know the drill. You guys know that we're here every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time, to help mastermind and take your real estate business to the next level. Because if there's one thing I enjoy, it's seeing people succeed, especially when I can have some part, even if it's a small part, in their success. That really kind of makes my day. I feel like that's my calling in life, is to help others. And that's why we're here to do that today. Yes, also to get the word out there about Tampa School of Real Estate, but we could accomplish that a lot quicker with a 30-second advertisement. We don't have to go on for an hour talking about things that help grow your real estate business. So hopefully you guys are tuning in and getting some good insights on stuff you can implement in your business today. That's really what I'm hoping you guys can accomplish off of this. And if you are, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit share, make sure you tell your friends about it, and subscribe. Go to tampaschool.com/success. You can access all the archived episodes and whatnot in there as well. But we're talking about the real estate technology, and the big focus on this here, it's not like the hardware and thing like that, or having the newest iPhone or the newest Samsung phone or whatever type of phone it is that you want. If the phone can access the internet and it's not going to crap out on you, it's a good phone. So that's pretty much the key thing it is that you need out of that. Or same thing with the computer as well. It works, it doesn't slow you down, and so on and so forth. It doesn't need all these extra bells and whistles. It just needs to be able to accomplish your task. Which, number one, we talked about most important thing to have is a database. First and foremost, the number one technology it is that you want to invest in is some sort of database to keep track and stay in touch with your clients. Second one is the website. The website, very, very important for your long-term success, so you don't get burnt out in doing all these day-to-day prospecting types of activities. Day-to-day prospecting is great for getting business right now, but the website is really great if it's used correctly for building business down the road. And then we talked about the website not being able to really kind of get people to it on itself. There's two ways you're going to get traffic on your website. That's either telling people to go on your website or paying people to go on your website. And when I say paying people to go on your website, I mean paying Google or paying Facebook or paying one of these advertising giants out there to basically direct people to your website. as much as I'd like to say you'd be able to kind of climb to the top, and it's definitely possible to get some good rankings in Google, to be up and maybe at least on the first page on Google for certain things, but you're really against some powerful forces through Zillow, through Realtor.com, through all these other websites out there that have real estate data as well. So you're up against some steep competition with that there, but when you pay, it makes it really easy. You just pay the money, and then you make sure that when people go on your website that they're accomplishing the goal it is that you want to achieve, which for a real estate website, that's getting contact information. And that's really our third thing that we relayed into there, what was the advertising aspect. So number one, you need a database. You could go on your entire real estate career with just a database, but you need the database. That's something that's going to help you keep track of your clients. The website, very good for maybe you already have a client and you're trying to find out what type of home it is that you want. You could sit in an office and click through a bunch of homes with them, but that's taking up a lot of your time. The website's great to leverage the power that you don't have to really, you set it up, you set it and forget it. So now they could go on from the comfort of their home or from their phone and go and look through these properties, and you could keep track of what properties it is that they're favoriting, that they're liking, that they're saving, whatever it's called on there. And also, using that website to generate new business, to basically infuse new clients into your business. And that's, again, that whole lead capture, the conversion aspect we were talking about with that. And then our third is the advertising, because again, you're not going to get anybody showing up on your website just stumbling in there somehow. That's really not going to happen. I mean, you might have a couple people from Russia that are probably just trying to hack into your website or something like that show up on there when you look at your analytics data for this. But the advertising is the third thing. And across all of these, you really want to be able to track what it is that you're doing with this. You're tracking how many clients are coming into your database, and then how many clients are turning into a sale or some sort of deal. You're tracking how many visitors go on your website that are looking at homes, how much time they're spending on the website. There's a lot that you could track on the website. How many of them are clicking on the button? There's some really advanced tracking out there that you could use to kind of even videotape people, videotape what it is that they're doing, not actually viewing them. We don't have that technology. Well, it's out there, but it's not in practice right now for recording people and what their facial expressions are on your website, but there's actually technologies out there that actually record what people are clicking on and where they're scrolling through on your website, so you could actually watch the user interact with your website. Those get a little bit pricey, but great data that you can get out of that. And then you could also, you have to track your advertising, because you're investing money in that advertising. And just like I said, you could have two different advertisements, and one that maybe results in 10 conversions, 10 lead capture form fill outs, 10 different people putting in their email or contact information versus one. And that's where you kind of make your adjustments. You're tracking what's working, and then you're diverting now more funds and allocating more money to what actually works in that there. So across all these different types of technologies, the reporting and tracking is huge for the potential on all that. But the underlying denominator factor in all of these is that they're not going to do your job for you. They might do parts of your job, but overall, it's still going to rely on you pushing people towards the website, telling people to go on the website, going and feeding off of the data that you're getting on the website, putting your clients in your database, actually making the calls that your database is telling you to make the calls for. When it's somebody's birthday, actually calling them for their birthday or sending the text or whatever it is that you're doing to follow up with them on their birthday. And for your advertising, that you're actually acting on the leads you're getting from the advertising. So the technology can help grow your business and can help make your life easier. Remember, those are the two things we talked about. Number one, getting more clients, and number two, saving you time. Those are the two things your technology is going to accomplish for you, but it's not going to do everything for you. The real estate, the reason why realtors exist and they're paid the commissions it is that they are is because there's a lot of different aspects of this home sale process that the realtor can assist with, and that really shows the value in this, not just the marketing, but also the wholesale process leading up to the closing of the property. So the technology is great. If you're a new agent, the technology is good. It's something that you want, but again, follow that order: the database, then the website, and then the advertising in that order, because you can't really have one without the other. If you don't have a database, you have no business advertising or having any sort of website or anything like that. So that's kind of the order of the 1, 2, 3 things it is that you need. There's a lot of other technologies out there, but those are our 3 most important types of technology that you need to implement into your business. And again, you don't need to implement that today. You could go out there, knock on a door, and find somebody that wants to sell their home and help them sell their home right then and there, and now you have some money to invest in these different technologies and help make your business easier and better. but this is definitely something you want to invest in for the long term to help ensure the growth. The sooner the better you can invest in that, the more it's going to help you grow your real estate business. So that's all I've got for you guys today on technology. Again, hopefully you've enjoyed the show. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. We've got all this great free information every Friday, 12 noon Eastern time for State of Real Estate. We also have Ask the Instructor every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern time. We talk more about the technical side of the real estate industry, more about maybe finding values for homes or maybe solving some different types of maths and things like that. So great if you want to learn some stuff. This episode that we do on Fridays, State of Real Estate, this show all about growing your real estate business, taking your real estate business to the next level, which should apply to everyone in the real estate industry. So no reason for you not to share and subscribe to the show. Make sure you're hitting like, make sure you're sending in your comments, because even if you're commenting in after the show, we go back and read those comments. And even if it's just a simple, hey, thanks for the show today, that really puts a smile on our face. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Again, make sure you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, calling us, all the things I've told you to do that you're doing. But that's all I've got for you this week. I'll see you guys next Friday, 12 noon Eastern time for next week's episode of State of Real Estate. Have you been thinking about starting a career in real estate? Enjoy an entrepreneurial lifestyle that allows for schedule flexibility with unlimited income potential. In real estate, the sky is the limit, and what you put in is what you get out. Learn more about a career in real estate at tampaschool.com. Did you know that statewide only about 50% of test takers pass their state exam on the first try? At the Tampa School of Real Estate, we've broken down passing the class and state exams into 4 simple steps: learning the information, reinforcing the information, testing your knowledge, and being confident and prepared. View the details of the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Don't let this be our final song. Don't let this be our final song. So hear me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let
Hey, if you're liking the show today, which I'm sure you are, make sure you hit like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Our goal is to help you better understand the real estate industry, and I hope we're accomplishing that. Thanks for tuning in today, and remember to leave your comments in the comment section below.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate.